So why is there a republic and a resistance? What's the relationship between these two things? Like I don't get it. Like the resistance is being supported by the republic. Why aren't they just the same thing? Like why doesn't the republic have an army? I mean, the republic had an army before. How, do they just not have one now? Why isn't the republic fighting the first order directly? Like why are they relying on some like ragtag resistance? And why does the resistance exist in the first place? Like what are they resisting? Like I thought the republic was in charge. They are in charge because in Return of the Jedi, the the Empire was defeated and they restored the Republic. So the Republic is in charge. So if you would be resisting anything, you would be resisting the Republic. But um, the resistance is resisting not the Republic, they're resisting the First Order. But how can they resist the First Order if the First Order isn't in charge? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, the Republic, they've had like decades since the Empire was defeated to kind of build up an army. And what now they're caught, off guard by the First Order? And the Resistance is like scrounging for recruits. Like they don't, they barely have enough like X-Wing fighters. Like what have they been doing the past like 30 years? I mean, is J.J. Abrams saying that the Republic is decadent or something? Like they went into decline because they were decadent, like the Roman Empire. It took the Roman Empire like freaking hundreds of years to go into decline and be overrun by uh, barbarians and Vandals. I mean, it took the Greeks like hundreds of years to like fail and go into decline. And it took the Persian Empire, probably like hundreds of years or something. I mean, freak, the Egyptian Empire, it took them like thousands of years to go into decline. And that's kind of what it sounded like with the First Republic. It took them like thousands of years, or a thousand generations or whatever. And what J.J. Abrams is saying that the Republic that was restored at Return of the Jedi, they like went into decline and failed after like 30 years. 30 years? That's like one generation. Whoever heard of a empire going into decline and losing after like 30 years? The hell? Like, does J.J. Abrams know anything about life or politics? Like, I just don't understand the order of the universe. At least George Lucas, he set up the order of the universe. He said, there's a galactic senate, there's regional governors, you got an empire, you got a rebellion, and then in the prequels, you had the republic. Like at least things made sense. With The Force Awakens, nothing makes sense. Like you don't even know who's in charge. I mean, what is Jabba the Hutt in charge? Like, oh my goodness. And people think this is a good movie. Like nobody noticed this weird, like, inconsistency. Like this is one of the first things I noticed. I was like, wait, Resistance, Republic, like what, aren't they the same? Like what's going on? That's one of the first things that you noticed, when I came out of the theater. And people think this is a good, and people are excited about J.J. Abrams making episode 9. Why? He failed with episode 7. Like people think J.J. Abrams is gonna fix Star Wars. He's the one that got it off to a bad start. Ruin Johnson may have ruined episode 8, but he only had what J.J. Abrams gave him to work with. Like if someone hands you crap, I mean, the best you can make is manure. So I'm not defending Ruin Johnson. I mean, I think he sucks, but you can't lay the blame all on Ruin Johnson. I mean, he only had what J.J. Abrams gave him to start with. So people think J.J. Abrams is gonna fix everything. Good luck with that, man.